Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Terra Odyssey. Thank you guys that have been hanging in there for the last 10 minutes or so. I have been trying to get on for you guys, but I tell you, I really need Ian to do this smoothly and calmly so he can read the questions to me.
Can people hear us?
Can you guys hear us? Just let us know, too. I'm going to see as you go on the feed. I see that there's 16 on waiting. You guys can start commenting if you hear what's going on. I'm kind of coming on at a fun, odd time because it goes late into the evening. And I know there's some European people that go to sleep. So I just put up on YouTube that I was going there. So let me know if you can hear. And come up on the feed and just say hello and say I can hear you.
So yeah, people can hear. Why aren't we getting the feed on the computer, though?
I don't know. Ian's getting the feed on his, but I don't see stuff on the computer as long as you guys can hear. I have my moon and my sun earrings on for you guys because there's going to be eclipses, a lunar and a solar eclipse. This is going to be the first time all these astrological alignments and events, the first of its kind in like 2.5 years. So it's very impactful on people's emotional states. They're going to feel in Cancer season 2 the effects of yo-yoing, and I'm already feeling that. When I get up, I feel very like whoosh, like go, 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 and then I don't want to do anything at all. I just want to decompress. And today I find it always helps to go outside and ground. That's one of the most helpful aspects there is. It's very helpful. So Ian's trying to get the feed to come up for me. So while he's doing that, I just want to do a couple shout outs and thank yous. First of all, I want to thank Lisa Blair. She is absolutely fabulous, and she's been sending me these beautiful candles. She just sent me this Archangel Michael candle. Part of my cleansing process is with fire, silver, bells, sage, all of that, but I really, really like a good candle, and her scents are heavenly, and they make the environment smell so good, and they set a really lovely setting for reads. So Lisa, I'll put the links below too for her candles because she just opened the shop, and they're incomparable. Her stuff is the highest quality, and she reads all the reviews, so she gets the most lovely, heady scents, and they're really, really good. So, Lisa, thank you for that candle. It arrived today. And you guys, big news for Cherry. Cherry Enchantress, her new deck came out right before I was about to go live. I clicked on her site today, and I didn't realize she was reviewing them. So go see Cherry Faith Enchantress Pixie Dust. Her cards are so beautiful, and they just came out today. So she's already taking... if you go on her email, which she has all the links below, you can go see what's going on there. But check out her deck. She just did a review of them. And beautiful, Cherry. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. I mean, it's so great to see like something you produce from scratch. It's like you have this idea, and then it's sort of like cultivating, and then there it pops up and it's ready. And also the biggest shout out and thank you goes to my patrons. You guys are remarkable, and I can't thank you enough for your support. Also, if you haven't higher tiers, please send your requests if you want anything specific in your reads, if you want me to cover anything specific, for health, family, whatever it is, just let me know and I'll do that for you, okay? So I just wanted to have that shout out. And if it's not imperative for me to see the feed, which I don't, and you can still see everything, I'm happy to just have you read off for me. So you guys, just so you're aware, I don't see your feed. That's why I'm not saying hey to all of you guys, because Ian has the feed on his computer. I can only see myself on the screen and the amount of people waiting. So I know there's like 50 of you on here right now, but I can't see your names. But it'll pop up eventually. Things catch up.
We'll have to reset the feed.
Okay,
but if you don't need to see it, then
I don't need to see it. It's kind of distracting when he says your name. I start to connect with that energy anyway, and probably this is for the best, because when I see everything, I get so excited, I get distracted. So this is going to work fine. And I'm going to let Ian explain. I'm going to hand over to him how it works, because he's a dynamo with this. I do the channeling, and he does the information over to me from you. But thanks, you guys, for all coming on. So I'm going to turn it over to him. Ian, you all set over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
If just ask your questions as you want. We do prioritize super chat questions. I just saw one just came in. That's fantastic. But Mel tries to get everything she can, and if we do get behind, she'll post them tomorrow, but in text. So I guess let's go to the first question from Tammy Hoy. I have to move very quickly. I have nowhere to go. I'm so scared. Where will me and my son end up?
Oh, okay. Hello. I'm sorry to hear that. I know. But first, I just want to give you some advice on removing the fear. When you start with I'm so scared, that is a lack mentality, that you lack direction, that and I know how this is. I mean, I've been in events in my life where I just couldn't see through the trees. But what we have to do is say, I am always provided for. Spirit cares for me. I am divinely protected and guided. Feel safe. When we are calm and safe in our mental state, in our emotional state, we make wise decisions. We make smart decisions. We make adult decisions. And you're a mother, so you're caring for somebody else. So that's important. Children sense fear. So when you're scared, they will also be scared and sense that energy. So don't, first of all, I feel like even when people feel like they're alone, there's always a network of people, and there are agencies to call. So you're never going to be out in the street. There are always, places to go. So we, as an adult, we have to think, get grounded, and realize we're responsible. And look what came up for you, the world. Now, this is basically saying to you that the world is filled with opportunities. The world is filled with help. People love more. I mean, people that are negative and see the world negative think nobody wants to help or nobody wants to pitch in. But guess what? People more often than not love to be of assistance, especially to women, to mothers, to children. So there are a million hotlines. There are a lot of governmental institutions that help with lowered rents and providing you with a place to live in a temporary interim. So what you really have to do is research that. Don't give in to fear and stuff that gives you inactivity and procrastination. Move into, the power bear mother stage. I have to provide for my child and myself. What is the first logical step? And if I have time later, I'll research some of that and I'll post it underneath too. There are so many government organizations. This world is saying you are divinely protected and guided, and people and entities are looking out for you. But what you have to do is stand up in a place of strength and really go for this. Because look, you also have the kindness card. Now, I'm going to redirect from this. It says you are a humanitarian, you are made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others, and others are going to provide you with kindness and love at this stage of your life. We go through ups and downs, peaks and valleys all the time. And now is your time to reach out, ask for help with humility, to provide for yourself, and really think in a calm, smooth way. You don't let panic or fear come in there, because our mind believes what we tell it. So when we tell it, everything is all right, all is well, this is a temporary situation, we start to blueprint it in the head, and when we start to look for ways to resolve the issue, okay? So I already feel that things are going to come through to you, but you have to think reasonably and calmly, okay? There's always people and places out there to help. I'm going to send you all my wishes and prayers too, because I know I know. I believe me. I have extended family, and everybody yo-yos, and I've had immediate family that have been living in the woods when I was younger, and all kinds of issues. So it's very understandable. Okay.
Yeah, just to remind people, Mel doesn't have access to the feed right now, but she watches the thing afterwards, and so any questions or just general comments you want to make, she'll see them. Probably not tonight. I'll try and fix something up, but she has no feed right now, so it's all me.
Yeah.
And she'll just be doing the readings. If you have a question, put it in text. She will, we'll try and get to as many as we can. We do prioritize the super chat, and we prioritize by dollar amount. So if you really have a question, put a super chat amount on there, and it's more likely, or on the big amount, it's guaranteed to get a question answered on camera. But all super chat questions will get answered. If we get overwhelmed, she'll finish them off tomorrow in text. We'll explain later on. Okay, Aram Velarde, may I have a love reading, please?
Okay. Hello there. Yeah, you guys, so I don't see when your names pop up. I don't know who's on there till Ian says that. But afterwards, I read this. So when I go through in the comments later, I'll chat with you guys and stuff, because part of this is to connect to all of you and have the energy, and you guys chatting to each other. If you recognize each other and you pop up, start talking to each other and say, hey, and see how you're doing, because it's all an exchange of energy. I mean, we all can heal each other and help each other on a cellular level. So you got the Hermit, the Page of Pentacles, and the Sun. Beautiful. So when you get the Hermit, the Page of Pentacles, Pentacles is working towards abundance and connectivity and sort of chartering your course, okay? And the Sun as the result card is meaning it's very important that when we're reaching out for love and looking for it and trying to envision what we want, that we don't attach any kind of timestamp, because that creates desperation or lack mentality that we just say we're allowing. It's this beautiful yin energy that we're drawing into ourselves, knowing we're a valuable information. We're valuable information. We are a font of valuable information for ourselves, how we feel intuitively. Do we feel strong and ready? Do we feel, and when you meet anyone, right away you're exchanging millions of little tidbits of information with them. How do you feel? Do you feel restless after you connect with them? Do you feel happy? Do you feel enlivened? What do you feel? If you feel lighter and like they're giving to you and they change you in a good way, make you more alert, alive, that is someone you want to connect to. And another thing is right away not to have to evaluate the relationship. Where is it going all the time? People are always chasing that. Where is it going? I need to say what it is and where it's going. And on the male aspect of that, if we're talking about a male-female relationship, males tend to run from that because women, they already know what they want and they're in an emotional place where they're ready to connect. But we don't have to have them give us answers on where they think everything is going all the time. So we just have to move into it naturally and feel it all. And with the sun energy, I feel like you're going to be beaming. You're going to be a magnet for love. You're going to be very attractive to others because you're emanating this sort of wistful ease in who you are and self-acceptance. Very, very important, because confidence is a really dead ringer for people to be magnetized to you. Just say I was a teacher and somebody said, oh, Melanie, what do you think about your curriculum? And I'm like, oh, it's all right. No way. I'm going to say it's the best curriculum. I researched the hell out of this. Everyone's going to pass. I know what I'm talking about. So on and so forth. That's like you too. We're not a piece of real estate we're trying to sell, but we are definitely an individual who cares for ourselves and values ourselves. So always have that be in the foremost, in the forefront, because when we value ourselves and we find ourselves worthy, so do others. So we get an equal match in that. And I feel like you're just going to have an easy time of it because you're going to realize that more and more. You're going to ask yourself, how does this person make me feel? And why do they make me feel this way? And you're always going to move towards the things that energetically lift you. So you're going to, be like the cream. You're going to rise to the top and only accept the best. So beautiful energy for you. I love the sun in love readings because that's you saying, I require people to respect and love me and value me, and therefore they do. Very good energy.
We've had a bunch of fantastic super chat, including our first $20 donation, which is fantastic. This is from Alashia. What does Spirit want me to know personally, i.e. mate and family and career direction? Thank you, my lovely.
Hi, Alicia. How are you? She's one of my regulars. Right away, you got the vision. This is really nice. So right away, I'm feeling that Archangel Michael is trying to divinely guide you through symbolism. So you're going to have symbols. I feel like, funnily enough, when I look at this fractals and certain things, you'll start seeing over and over in these patterns, because already there's value to what you're putting out there because you're using your envisionment process. Super important in this. First of all, we formulate an idea of what we want and where we're going in a mate, in a job, and whatever it is, and we set parameters, and we don't flip-flop back and forth. I want this, but I don't want this. We only want to pull in what we want. We don't want to yo-yo. So we have focus, absolute focus, because where our focus and our energy goes, that's where our results come in, and they arrive at our doorstep. So what you're saying is what I have and what I want has value. First of all, I want this, meaningful relationships. I want structured jobs and things that I love, that if I could do something all day and get paid for it, what would that be? You're answering yourself that question. Never give away your power to other people, or while you're spending your time making other people wealthy and fulfilling their dreams, you're not fulfilling yours. So if there's a way to navigate, to have everything be about your ascending power and what you want to move into, really listen and go with that. So let me see what's going on with these. Yay. And I definitely feel if you go in, Alicia, with this beautiful full energy, is like you're just expecting the joy to be in the journey and the learning of it and the connectivity. That's when you're going to get the best results, because you're not overpowering the future by trying to monitor every little thing and navigate everything and have it be a certain way. That way you set the expectation so high and so specific that rarely people are happy. You ever have those people going to a prom and they get so wigged out and freaked out? It's going to be everything. It's going to be limo. There's usually a letdown because the expectation is too grand, but the fool is perfect because he says, I'm happy with what the universe gives me. And because you send that message out, the universe usually ends up giving you stuff that is really great. Oh, That does say the magician, right? Yeah, I don't have my glasses. The magician. Now it's your time to create the magic. So start really envisionment. If you don't have your envisionment board going already, just a few things down on paper. This is what I'd like in terms of love. I would love loyalty, respect, honor, all these things, and send that out, send that process and get it working and put the energy behind it. Secondly, I want to feel this when I'm working and providing myself with, money to survive on. I want to have it be a fair exchange for something I absolutely love to do and I feel passionate about. And then there's an equal exchange. Again, that energy flow. When the Fool and the Magician are ridiculous together. This is like apple pie and ice cream, perfect. So you're in alignment to have what you want. And with these eclipses coming up, it's a release of everything that's blocked you in the past. So now you can bring all this in, and this magic is really, really coming in for you. So start everything, always keeping your positive mind frame, your positive self-talk, everything. I'm a magic evaluator. I know how to talk to anybody. I can set a business plan. I'm excellent with money. I'm very social. I can deal with any difficult personality type, so on and so forth. Keep that inner dialogue going. And that blueprint in your head just starts to stamp it. Yes, you can. Yes, you are. Yes, you can. And that's what starts to happen. And with the Fool, he's just like tra la 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 la, and he's happily scooping up the gold and the opportunities. So that's you, Alicia. Thank you.
Okay, we are getting a bit backed up now.
Okay.
Okay, this is super chat from Luke Harkness. I've had signs a girl I met by chance a year ago as my soulmate. We have drifted apart, but I still feel like he's on my path. How do I tell?
Okay, this is happening a lot, and I ask for signs. If I think something intrinsically and intuitively, I ask for signs. Usually how it works is synchronistic numbers. It can work in animals. I always ask for like bird signs. I have a crow that always shows up. Numbers are really good. You'll start to see synchronicities. Just say, is this what I think it is? And then ask, I would like to see 111 all the time. I would like to see this. I feel that, it's important for us to not fixate on something, but ask and wait and have a healthy detachment, because that's when the answers come in. And you have the Page of Cups, which means that is about messages coming in, and it's messages about emotion. Excellent. And with Temperance, this is beautiful. This means that you're not going to go too far one way. You're going to get the answers that you're seeking, because the Page of Cups is going to go, you feel like this emotionally because your intuition is talking to you and telling you that this is so. So I usually feel that people are very smart intuitively about picking their soul companions and being right about it. And just ask for it. And when you feel this, do you feel elevated when you think of this person? Do you feel like you have more energy? Do you feel like there's a spark? All of those things right away. When your intuition says yes, then you have to kind of circumnavigate any doubts, because the ego will always pop up. Just hush that little darling up and put him to bed and say, listen to my soul. I know this is coming, because it begins with right now too, self-love. You'll also feel better about yourself. When you think of this person, you'll think about yourself. And what's funny, when we start to care and really love for ourselves, we become more magnetic and we pull this soulmate into us. So try to expound on the connectivity with them through social media or any other way. And, I never would say, hey, by the way, I think you're my soulmate. But some people know first. They really do. And if you're feeling that, then it's usually true. So now just start to ask the universe for clues. Say, I would like to see it in anything. Usually my lights will flicker. There's electrical, natural and numeric things that come about. So ask for guidance, and also meditate. Just sit very still and ask for feelings, because we emote in energy and we connect with other people that way, and they reconnect with us without having to say anything, right? In energetic fields. So do that as well. Oh, I'm excited. So many soulmate connections are already here. It's undoubtedly the season for it over the next 3 months. Beautiful energy towards that. Go ahead.
Okay, we just got another orange donation, so I'm going to skip to that and then go back later. Rachel Joseph, what can you tell me about me and my love interest, and what do my guides want me to know about my spiritual mission?
Okay, so let's see what's going on with your love connection. Okay, so you have the Rare Success card, which I really love for that. I love these. And yeah, melt into divine desire. So it's saying go with the flow of it. Go with the natural cadence that it's working in. Too often we over monitor, or we try to speed up the process, and oftentimes it's just the beautiful lackadaisical moments together, the simple pleasures, the simple romance, a kiss, the holding of hands, all of those things. I love Rare Success. It's one of those things where things aren't going to touch you, things aren't going to bother you, that the connection is solid enough on all the different energetic levels that there aren't distractions. They're not someone who thinks the grass is greener. They're not somebody who's looking elsewhere over their shoulder for a bigger, better deal. You are it. They know that. So you have to trust in the connection, not let ego or anything come into play with that, because it's just melting into divine desire, which is like, listen, this energy and this is hot, this is magic, this is melding together, and to just trust in that. And I definitely feel like it's just going to come about naturally. Again, so many times we push things. So your spirit right now too, it's saying, oh, let me read this too, because I love this. You have friendliness and integrity. And spirit oftentimes is just saying, when we're feeling friendly towards ourselves and other people, we really have our act together, because there's no agenda, right? We just are happy to meet people. So you're going to start demonstrating the truth and honesty of your soul. And this is sort of what's helping this love match too, and manifest your love with every action. When we act with integrity in our true selves, it's more virtue as opposed to vice. It's not self-serving. It's for everybody in the collective. And that's what people that have integrity act as. They think of the whole, not just themselves, right? If you sat down at a dinner table, I always equate it to that show where Survivor, where when those people won food, when they wanted to share, you could see who was who, when there was an abundance, and who was giving and who wasn't, right? And also the friendliness is, you're going to be able to recognize traits in common with other people, and you're going to be able to forge love-based connections. So Spirit is saying you're expanding your tribe right now too. The way you are and what you're emitting is pulling in the right kinds of people to support you in your whole quest for whatever you're looking for and in your journey. And you're going to feel supported. You're going to feel like the collective strength of it. And that's very important, because oftentimes in these journeys, it can feel very unnerving. Crazy stuff happens every day to me too. And I'm like, did I just hear or see that? Or am I, And it's a thing, it's a process of evolution, and you learning new things about yourself daily, and trusting it and having gratitude for it. That's a huge thing too. Have gratitude for what's being shown to you, because then more gets shown to you. So it's really beautiful energy. So I'm excited for you. Wonderful. Very cool. I love that Melton Divine. I'm all set, Ian.
Okay. We're going back to a green all the way back. Jayla Wilson, do you see me and Karen being together?
Okay. Give these a shuffle too. Okay, so first, the bottom of this was grace for the grand gesture. So I feel like there's going to be a grand gesture that sort of situates it into an area where that it's a go, that that you guys are matched. Because sometimes where we are the most unstable is trying to see if things will stand the test of time, to see if we really are suitable for each other. The weird thing is, people will second guess themselves so quickly in a relationship. Like, instead of thinking, what do they think of me? Did I do this? Did I do that? It should be like, what do I think of them? What do they make me feel? Do I feel absolutely at ease and comfortable with who I am? And we should always be able to say yes to that. We should always be able to say and do anything that's on our mind, and not have to be prejudicial to that person's point of view. Oh yeah, look, you have the Seven of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Yeah, so he's going to have some passionate gestures that come your way that let you know, because the King of Wands is like the passion pinnacle of, it's like gestures and doing things that make you feel wanted. Because sometimes you can feel a little adrift if there isn't enough attention on that front, but it's definitely coming. And I love the Seven of Pentacles, because that means you've done the work in the past of setting down the envisionment process and what you want out of a relationship. And also, we know that we teach other people how to treat us. So if we say this is acceptable and this isn't, they know what to expect, we know what to expect, and there's a healthy balance in between that. So definitely, I see you together, and I see him being very attentive and loving as well. So beautiful energy for you. Okay, Ian. Oh, that's really nice.
I just want to mention to people that, we do prioritize the Super Chat readings. Mel, we have a lot of questions. Generally speaking, Mel can't get to them all, but she does get to them all in the end. So what happens is, if you don't get picked on camera after the video is done, go into the comments, the regular comments, not this chat system. Write your question there, and she will answer it. Typically, she spends 2 to 4 hours the day after these things to answer all the questions. She does do all the super chat. If you have a really honest and needy question that's on a non-super chat, or you don't have access to super chat, she will answer some of those questions if she can, but typically it would be days and days worth of work to answer them all. But the super chat one, she always answers. Okay, so next question. We're skipping back down to a yellow that just came in. This is Michigana.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Can I get a a massage for my best and highest good. I assume that's a message. I'm not sure how we do a massage on camera. Can I get a message for my best and highest good?
All right. Let's see. I'm actually, this is funny. I brought these out and I didn't know why. And Ian's like, oh, do you need that book and this thing? But I was like, no, I need this new deck that I got is amazing. So, oh, yay. I knew. I was like, I'll just take the top card. These are sacred spirit messages. So I'm going to pull you one of these, love and light. This is basically always reaching for the best and highest possible frequency that you can. That's all about just thinking before we speak, stopping and focusing before we move. Because oftentimes when we do things just like right off the gradient without thinking, it's combative. Somebody says something to us, we react. So this is completely not about reacting. This is about watching, navigating, and then responding calmly. Because when we do that, we come from a place of strength. We come from a place of reason. And then you're going to feel much more balanced, because I feel like you might have one or two people around you that are reactionary, and they sometimes try to draw you in, whether it's family members or coworkers. And this is about taking a breath and going, you know what, this anxiety, this fear, this anger, whatever is going on with these others, that has nothing to do with my energy. That is their displaced anger or whatever. But I'm not going to be drawn into this, because I need to maintain my strength and my focus for my highest light. You also have the Merlin card, which I love. This card is so fantastic, because this is all about absolute balance and justice in your own life, because it's almost like immediate karmic results. What you say is immediately going to come back to you. So I feel like you're looking for the ways to handle things with the brilliance of light and high frequency, which brings really great results. Things start to get more abundant. Things go smoother. We don't get as angry, or we don't get reactionary. We also don't feel like our temperature goes hot, cold, hot, cold. It's very moderate. It's very calm. We come from a place of sound reasoning. I feel like that's what's working for you. But I'm hearing just slow down when you start to feel that, or somebody's trying to engage you, trip you up, because once we lose our temper, or we change from that constant balance place, we start to lose our effectiveness in reasoning and staying, calm. It's about, tolerance and tolerating what's going on around you, and knowing that's not your energy. I feel like you're trying to get centered because you're due for an upgrade. And so right now you kind of feel like, I want a good place. I want a place where I feel calm and sound and there isn't chaos around me. And you can always find that in yourself through your inner dialogue. All is well. I am calm. That energy, that's yours. That chaos, that's yours. My peace of mind, sound reasoning, and being able to deal and cope like an adult, that is yours right now. Okay. And that's your message, that you can do and say anything from a really beautiful high perspective by just slowing down and removing yourself from the pot of crazy that sometimes gets stirred up in our environments, for sure.
We have another yellow come in. This is from Tony with an I, Wishful. I mentioned that because there's a Tony with a Y she wants to know about. You pulled the twins cards for me on Instagram. Thanks. My question is if Tony with a Y will come towards me this week.
We pull this and that. Oh, wow. It's so funny. I do think yes. And oh, very nice. And this is always about messages. And sometimes it's a slower message. So it might be later in the week. It's them trying to sometimes gather their wits. That's what I call the Page of Cups, any page card, because I feel like they're trying to formulate a plan where they want to seem smooth. They want to seem together. They want to seem, like slick and cool. They don't want to seem foolish, and they want to have it together. But I definitely feel like, yes, especially with the 2 card, they are moving towards you, and they are starting to get a surge. It's strange how we think, because we all have different personalities. Some people can just answer with ease and connect with other people with ease. And other people, they want to plan and they want to seem like they have it together. And a lot of people have anxiety and fear because they don't want to mess things up. And when things matter, we take our time, right? We don't just rush in and say anything. When things matter and the other person matters, and how we are affecting their life, our life, and how we come across to them is more and more important all the time. And I feel like right now that's important, but I definitely feel like you will hear that. And I love this too, because you also have the Divine Rebel card, which is every once in a while, people, they they get back to their original self. They get back to who they are. And they're like, screw it. I don't care about like the confines of what I should do, what I should say, what's going on. This is what I feel and this is what I'm doing. And I feel like that's kind of going to be a breakthrough moment. And you're going to really connect on that level, which is beautiful. And it's important. It's important that people be their original, authentic selves. And you're going to see more of that. So I'm really excited. Yeah, the message is going to come through too. And don't try to, nitpick and over-evaluate. What does that word mean? What does he think? What is that? What is going on with that? It's all should just be about the natural flow and the actual simple beauty of just connecting, communicating, and spending that time together in each other's sort of orbits, right? Yeah, I feel like, yeah. And it's good energy. It's really good, authentic. That's what's important. It's like I don't feel like that they want something from you other than who you are. And that's really beautiful. And that's important. Yeah, just who you are. So yeah, good energy. Get ready for it.
Alex Z loves the top of your hat. You look like you're ready for the beach.
It said 90 some odd degrees where I live, and it said it feels like it's 104 outside. And I did private reads outside earlier, and I was like, oh, it's sweaty. Yeah, trust, man. It was hot.
This is from Gidget Joe.
Hey,
Melanie, what can I look forward to in the coming months, especially after these upcoming eclipses?
Yes.
Anything in love?
Oh, very cool. So let me see. Let me give these a shuffle. Gidget Joe is all you guys have to think that watch my videos. She does all the timestamps for us, and she's a star. I'm serious. I put them out sometimes, and it's like, then I will get people coming from so many directions that I can't timestamp. She does almost every single day. So girls, so you can expect some wealth. I feel like what you've been putting some of your focus and energy into is now going to start to formulate some rewards. I feel like it's time. I feel like where you put your focus and you have some ideas, and some of this may be inheritance or something that you just didn't even know was available to you. But I feel like wealth is coming in for you. Oh my gosh, and partnership. So you do have love. Now, here's the thing that I feel that's kind of rising up within you. It's like the Kundalini rising, where you're starting to realize certain aspects of yourself, and that you do have this innate charm and this magnetism to you and about you. And I feel like you already have self-confidence, but it's the environment you've been in, and where now you can be more effusive in yourself, and that's a high attractor. So it's going to bring in, I feel like several suitors, at this summer, people are really connecting on a scope. I can't even imagine, people right now, this is part of it too. The perception card, people are perceiving a way higher perspective of things. Like when they evaluate who they really are and what they want, it's so much grander and bigger and richer than they ever imagined, because they know they can have anything. All opportunities are always open to us, all types of people from all over the world, mix and match every day, from every culture, every, money. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter the background of that. And it's all about this exchange of energy. And I feel like yours is very warm and very receptive, and you're feeling very trusting and loving. So you're pulling in trusting and loving people, and those connections are important. I feel like you can evaluate that quickly, intuitively, and you can feel what's right for you and work with that energy. But yeah, wealth, I feel like balanced state of mind, and you're just going to have really quick, awesome decision-making processes due to the fact that your intuition is speaking very loudly to you, and you're just kind of coasting right into that, not overthinking, not burdening yourself with that, and just working with ease and flow and getting the answers that you want. So I'm very excited for you. Ooh, I like that so much. I love that for you.
We're going to go back to an earlier green. This is Nina Narave, 2005. When will I find peace or my love match? Don't you have both?
Oh, peace. What's happening? So peace, I feel like right now, I feel like the forgiveness card is talking about not only forgiveness of what's going on around you, but you're able to activate now this forgiveness of self, of past, of anything that went on, and release. This is what this eclipse season is all about. You get peace when you forgive and let go of stuff that just does not serve your higher purpose. Ask yourself, any person, place, or thing that comes into your orbit, how do I feel when I'm around them? How do I feel when they leave? Do I feel heavier? Is there something lurking that I don't like, that's eerie, heavy, or whatever? Or do I feel ebullient? Do I feel light? Do I feel connected? Let it register, really let it register. Start to write things down. And when you see a pattern 2 or 3 times, release the things that never lift you and bring you to this higher elevation. Part of the reason you don't feel peace right now, and I can feel this very strongly, is because you're elevating to a higher vibration, and you're being more receptive and getting downloads. And what happens when that happens is our tolerance for any low vibration, gossip, bottom feeders, people that criticize, unhappy people criticize, hurt people want to hurt. You have like zero tolerance for that. So it's making you restless. So you have to forgive other people's foibles of just being that way, because they're caught in a loop. They're caught in their comfort zone, their loop. They're just kind of reiterating the same old thing. They don't know how to grow and expand. So forgive them and get away from them if you can, because you don't need that. And I feel right now too, six of Pentacles is always telling us, look to what you've already planted in the seeds and start to envision them growing. See what you want to accomplish. Start to focus on that. When do I want, it's almost like an envisionment board, but it can just be in your head. But I like to write things down each day when I wake up, and I write 3 things that I have gratitude for. And that helps this process of feeling free from this and being unburdened, and then having a peace of mind, because we are our thoughts. And if we think creepy, inundated too much of everything, we start to feel that way. Ian, was the second part of her question, where is love?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm pretty sure the second part is also, when were you going to see love as well? These cards are crazy. Some cards that I got, decks are so big I can't shuffle them. Whoa, so you have Queen of Pentacles. That's really beautiful. Ooh, a Knight of Swords. So yeah, I feel that this person that's moving towards you is I already feel like they're Earth sign. I feel like they're very logical. It's funny, swords are air, but I right away see this person that knows how to take care of all small details. They deal with bureaucratic and annoying things really well. They're very logistical, and it's like they can't do enough for you. I feel like if you have, and yeah, right now they make you feel abundant. They make you feel rich. They make you feel whole. They make you feel balanced. You're already starting to feel like that, because you're going to shed that old energy of feeling repressed and not having room to breathe. You're going to feel the oxygen come in. And when that happens, you're going to elevate in your vibration and pull this person in. And I also feel like, I feel like they're outstandingly good looking too, like very, very athletic, and just, sometimes we just can't believe our own good luck, but it's what we manifest, because you know that all these opportunities are there for you. And why shouldn't you have the best of everything? The most peaceful mind, the most beautiful mate, the most inspired creative life. Okay. And you're starting to imagine that. And guess what? It's going to circulate around you and seep in and become part of your everyday life. So trust in it. It's very important that we trust in these methods and we don't doubt ourselves. And also that we're not impatient for it. We have to have patience for these processes, because it's divinely guided. And, as much as we're all divine entities, but there is a bigger scope that comes and helps us. Yes.
Okay, this is a question from Smurfy B. Who is my spirit guide, and what is something they've been trying to tell me that I may not have noticed?
Okay, so let's see. I'm actually going to pull you one of these cards. Let me shuffle these boogers. Oh, nice. This is my favorite card in this too, Galactic Healers. I definitely feel like you have Archangel Michael is at the helm, because he's very protective and he's watching over you. He's trying to guide you in your thought processes. I feel like you sometimes overwhelm yourself with where you want to go and what you do, that you compile and you overwhelm yourself, thus creating a procrastination. I feel like that. I feel like he's trying to help you organize your thoughts and not be so rough on yourself, to have tolerance for things that don't occur immediately. I feel there's an impatience sometimes that you're evolving. When you realize that obstacles are lessons as opposed to restrictions, you're going to grow more. Also, hugely, his number one message that I feel right now is individuality. Really be your authentic self. Leave your unique stamp on all that you do, because people really love the real you, and you never have to mask that. And that's going to help you grow and expand in your power and your central energy and your flow of chi, and you're going to feel more and more enlightened and divinely guided and free to be who you are and much more creative. And that is very magnetic, because so few people really are just unabashedly themselves. You know, I'm very lucky. My whole family was always just free to be themselves whenever they wanted, wherever. And it creates a unique individual when you have those parameters. So just be yourself, say what you want to say, don't restrict yourself. And I feel like Archangel Michael is also protecting you as well. He's protecting you in vehicles and things like that. So say thank you every morning and have gratitude for that. Isn't that card crazy? I'm like, wah! I love that. Okay, wonderful. What else is going on?
Okay, this is from Sarah. Hi, my name is Gabriella. I'm currently doing the Law of Attraction. Can you tell me, is my finance status, or will my finance status change soon? Thanks.
Okay, let's see. Let's hope for some pentacles, I'll use this. If you guys are curious about this deck that I'm using right here, I'm like, I don't know what I did with the box. It'll come back up to me in a moment what it is. Oh, the Hidden Realms Tarot is the tarot that I'm using here. Whew. And I know you guys, some of my listeners out there, while I'm shuffling really quick, that I was telling you about, I'm going to do a review of my decks and everything. So I definitely am. So Justice, I feel like things are starting to work in your favor for sure. And that there's some things that are overdue, some finances that are coming your way. Oh yeah. Ace of Wands, new. It's a new, fresh energy that is just sort of like removing those boundaries. Now, there is simple ways to remove blockages from finances coming in. That's simply to expect it. I mean, I write down too. I would like this income this month, and start to write down what you would like. And you start to envision it. You see checks coming in the mail. You see money coming into your PayPal. You start to envision that. And know that wealth creates more wealth. And oh, wow. Is that... Yeah, you got the Stallion too, which is the Chariot. So it's going to be faster than you even thought. And now how manifesting works is very simple. It's all our thoughts. So it goes right in. What are our thoughts? What do we want to create? Through writing, through saying, and through believing is what actually pulls it into reality. And I've got to say, there's nothing since I began this journey that I have set out that I wanted to accomplish that hasn't happened so far. I mean, I'm not one of those people that are just big, like I want to be a millionaire, something like that. You know, I'm like, I would like this. You want to create a beautiful, loving environment around you that's peaceful. So you can, when you feel abundant and comfortable, wealth starts to flow. When you see wealth and money or anything like that, when you see it attuned to something that is just a flow of energy that we share. And when we have more, we're more abundant, we share, we tithe out, we make other people more abundant, and that flow just comes. So whenever you don't ever say things like, oh, I won't have enough money for that. You're going to say, oh, I can afford that. I can afford that. You start to believe the flow just coming more and more and more. And that's what helps the manifestation process. You never, ever say, oh, I won't have that, or I can't afford that, or that costs too much, because we are envisioning wealth. So when we envision wealth and we know we have it, we don't say we don't have enough. We always know that we do. Just picture it all the time. Write down, money is moving towards me consistently. Money is coming into my bank. I acquire wealth easily. Money is attracted to me. Things like that. It really gets the flow going. Because I used to have a lack mentality of money. I don't anymore, because I use this process, and it simply flows to me, and it comes to you when you need it as well. So yeah, I'm excited for you. Money is such a bugger sometimes.
Okay, this is from Elise Glenn. I skipped her over and she noticed, so we're going back to fix it.
Shame, Mr. Ian, you're fired.
Does anyone have their eye on me?
Oh, let's see what's going on. Let me give this a... More like that. Okay, so let me see. It's funny, sometimes it's like, I love Oracle, but for these type of things, it's like this deck is really, really good for love and romance and connectivity. I really like this deck a lot. Oh yeah, look, Queen of Cups. Yeah, somebody sees you as somebody who's like emotionally warm and rich. I always see this as like the honeyed wine attribute of somebody, where somebody just sees you irresistible. Something about your laugh, something about something you do with your hair too. I'm seeing, yeah, this is definitely like the honeyed wine. The things that you do are very smooth and adaptable, and you just seem seamless in how you behave, act, and speak to others. Yeah, and look, they're your king to queen. So they're probably going to try to connect with you too. They're just watching from a distance to try to evaluate, get an essence of who you really are. It's funny how many people do have, I don't like to call it a inferiority complex, but it's more like, how are they going to react to me, and what sort of gesture is too much and what is just enough. So they're trying to evaluate that. So I think they might come on to you. And it's somebody that, I feel like they're wealthier, and they may be a few years older as well, but really stable, really, really youthful at heart, very smart, but observing right now in the observing phase. And they just think you're just the sweetest thing. Oh, I love that. I love when the kings and queens come up together, because that means you're very compatible as well. But people get scared. They get scared that they don't measure up, or that they're going to seem silly or something. And, so if you see somebody, start to read body language, start to see people coming up. If they're facing right at you, both their feet are facing at you, they're making prolonged eye contact, their jaw is very restful, they're touching themselves. These are all indicators that there's an attraction. So keep your eye out for that as well.
Okay, Lisa Robinson would like to know, will her financial situation improve in July and August?
Okay, let's see, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for coming on. I know so many people, it's funny, expenditures, it's like, sometimes it's like, oh yeah, I just did that hurdle, and then some crazy thing will happen, and it's crazy. It's like, and it's funny, as your scale of living goes up, it's like, so do expenditures and things like that. It's really weird, as long as we're not living beyond our means, exponentially. So we're always chasing, paying off credit cards and stuff like that. We have to be careful, but always feel abundant. I do every morning, and I just lost my PayPal card, and Ian's like, good, we'll be millionaires after 10 days if you're not spending anything on tarot cards. And I was like, huh. But it's so weird to be like, to think how much we depend on constantly spending. And I was like, yeah, because I'll just go out and be like, oh, I'll get my son this to eat, I'll get this to eat. Oh yeah, nice. King of Wands. This is good. I love this for monetary. Two of Cups filling up. Yep. Ooh, nice. The High Priestess. Yeah, part of this energy that's going to help your finances increase is, again, I equate all these words the same: ritual, spells, manifesting, all of that thing. Mostly I do it to self-inner dialogue. When I say wealth is approaching me, my money flows to me, I create wealth with ease, all of these things. And so many people have an odd relationship with money that creates lots of boundaries in front of it, or they're in an emergent state all the time. They just rob Peter to pay Paul. They have just enough, and then they spend that. So there has to be some forward thinking. And I did this one trick, and I thought this was true. The highest bill you have, a 50 or 100, always have it in your wallet on you. It creates a wealth mentality. Like, if I get stopped, or I have to lend money, or if I have to do something sort of major that I need a good hunk of money for, I have cash on rate available for me right now. It's that mindset that puts you at ease. A big part of that too is saying thank you all the time to the universe. We used to be so much more thankful for everything, right? It was like, we were thankful when we were kids, we would just go sit on the pier and just watch crabs for hours. We were so thankful that these little crazy things were alive. It's that gratitude, that old sensation of really, really thanking the world, the universe, and spirit for a house, for a car, for all the things. For whatever reason, we have this like manifesto to always have more, always have more. But have you ever had so much more that you don't even appreciate what you have? At times, I equated those people that go binge shopping and fill up bags and shove it in their closet, but they don't, instead of getting that one thing that they really prize and cherishing it and things like that, really doing that. I feel like that helps with that. And the 10 of Cups is full. That is like full abundance. So you're really getting up there. And part of this is you are using your passion to acquire this, your passion for knowing you will use it for good and to elevate your life that brings it to you. So I'm very excited for you. Nice energy. Yeah.
This is from Ams Shah. I don't know if that's AMS-SH. Can I get some guidance on my law school exam journey? I'm taking it in 2 weeks. Okay.
First of all, before I even pull any cards, I'm already hearing this. And before I would do any tests or anything that I knew I had to be in the calmest mindset to absorb energy, use this inner dialogue. I do this all the time if I have to make short shrift of a ton of psychological information for like people that I'm dealing with anxiety, and I have to read it in and really sort of condense it and make it really reasonable. First of all, I study anything like I'm going to turn around and teach it in 5 minutes. So that way it's weird how you then learn yourself that process, because you're making it very condensed, digestible, and learnable, but you're doing that for yourself. So you're not trying to memorize verbatim what you're reading in these books. You're trying to have an understanding. That's much more than memorizing. Okay. So that's an important component right there. Yeah, this new fresh approach that you're going to take on this, which is evaluating, yourself on the top tier, saying, you know what, I do this all the time. I'd love you to go on and see Marissa Peer, Peer. She's on YouTube, and she's a world-renowned psychiatrist that teaches you can tell yourself certain things and you believe it instantly. And she's amazing. And basically, you're telling yourself, my mind is a steel trap. I can go in and get any information out of it that I need whenever I need it. My powers of memorization and understanding are remarkable. I can look right into that vault and pull out whatever I need whenever I need it. Tell yourself that, then your mind starts to create a blueprint of what you're telling it. Your mind believes you. So when you tell your mind you're very intelligent, you can pull out this information, you can do it. You absolutely can. I mean, I suck to high heaven at anything mathematical. Here's the weird thing. When I go and do Mensa tests, I ace all the math things, and I do shoddy on the literature, which is my forte writing. So I don't understand, because I don't get so intense about it, and I just have that energy, I've got this or whatever, I can do those things. And you're going to be able to do that by realizing that, our brains are miraculous. But again, we are learning things like we're going to turn around and teach it to, like, maybe say a 15-year-old, because we're simplifying it and then we're making it very digestible and learnable. And so when we do that for ourselves, we can reach in and then get that information just as we need it. So and look, an ace, I feel like you're going to ace it. You're going to do really well. Remember, Marissa Peer, she teaches us to teach ourselves some remarkable things in very cool ways. So do you want to give everybody the lowdown that will go for about another 10 minutes, because we're approaching an hour and I can feel my throat.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, so we're working through the greens. We just got a yellow, so we do that next. And anything that's not answered on camera, so probably another few more reads, will be answered by Melanie tomorrow in text. So what you need to do is, after the video is over, in the regular comments section, rewrite your question, and she will give you a text response in that as a comment, as a reply to your comment. And that she normally does within the next day or two. She spends a lot of time working on those. So Fear not, you will get, if you did a super chat, you will get an answer. We're still taking, well, certainly the yellows and oranges we'll still get to on camera, and some of the greens. So we still got plenty of on-camera stuff to go. Here's a question, Mel, from Simone Moran. What is coming for me soon in love?
So I feel like this, funny how integrity always comes up. So I feel like in terms of that, this person that's going is in the approach. And I always say, like, in the ethers, this person, I love integrity-based individuals, because they come from, the 4 corners of hell, which is honesty, authenticity, integrity, and love, that they are trustworthy, that they are caring, that they are strong. And I'm going to pull 2 of these too. I feel like so often people, they have these crazy expectations. So when they're not met right away, they're almost fearful that, they're almost fearful that, it's hard to explain. It's almost that anybody's going to measure up. So we can't have like crazy outlandish things until we meet them and we sort of formulate each interaction. It starts to grow, because this is what some people are hearing about soulmates. Yeah, this is why I'm hearing this, because in the past, and a lot of people are experiencing, they all want that kapow lightning moment. And what happens is sometimes it's very gradual. There is something that sparks something, but it's not huge. But then you realize, oh, look, they have a sense of humor. They're kind, they're caring, they're loving, and it grows from there. So it doesn't have to be a direct punch to the heart. And that's funny that you got 3 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles. See, this is progressive. That's what I was hearing, that it progresses. So when they come in, it almost might be somebody that you would naturally overlook, because it wasn't that heartfelt thing. But then slowly the connection is there and it grows, and it's through cooperative. I call this cooperative energy. I feel like when there is a cooperative energy mix, that means that there is, equal give and take, ebb and flow of energy, but it's steady. And sometimes people think it has to be so hugely impactful that it rocks their worlds. That's not necessarily true. It's the fact that it's constant that's important, not the fact that it has to knock you off your feet. Because sometimes at different points of the day or whatever, we could be more fatigued. We could be a little drifty and not be hyper aware of what's going on. So yeah, it's all of those things that we have to trust in the process. I'm going to pull you one of these two real quick. Yeah, focus. So focus on all the little gestures, focus on all the little things of each people you meet, as much detail about them as you can, because that creates a whole, right? You know, what do they do with their hands? Do they have funny little habits? You're using your five senses, because that's what will really give you the whole sort of saturation of the process, and how you really feel is focusing on it. So many people are distracted. Nobody knows how distracted they are until they later ask you for details. People will say their name and I'll forget their name in 2 seconds. I'm like, wow, that's really good. But if I'm focused and that's what's important to me right then, I'll say the name over. I'll make a poem out of it. Okay. If your name's like Todd, I'll be like, Todd, super hot bod, or whatever. Like, you have to do a thing to do that, to focus and notice all these little things, because later you'll notice who's interested in you by some of their gestures as well. Okay. But yeah, I feel like, you know, this is kind of like that slow burn, and you're like, wow, more and more things can come up that are interesting and lovable about this individual. So I'm excited for you. Gorgeous. Very nice. Love is just in the air everywhere. All right, hon.
Okay, this is from Monica Sandu. What does my spirit want me to know about how I can manifest the money I would like?
Okay. Let's shuffle those. These big ones I have to shuffle like I'm a special needs over here. Okay. So yeah, you got divine will, let go of fear. That means let go of fear of not having money, let go of fear of lack mentality, of it not being there for you. Another thing is look beneath the surface. Lots of times there are tons and tons of ways for us to acquire wealth and revenue streams that we never thought of. Like when I began this process, I began as a tarot reader going online, and then somebody was like, hey, can you be my life coach and teach me how to get organized? And I started doing that. So then I started doing all these courses, and then I realized one of my best attributes, you know, is in mental health and helping people stay calm and remove themselves from anxiety, all that. So then I started doing that. And these are just things I never thought of. If anybody asked me what I did today, it's almost hard to pick a thing. And that's what happens when we just let go of preconceived notions of what is available to us and what our capabilities are. Okay. Because I feel like you have things that are untapped, and divine will is sort of saying, hey, what's out there that I really love that I could connect to, you know, and make into a revenue stream. And again, this is about illuminating the shadow, is the last thing, saying the shadow side of us is the side that wants to cut corners, to do things quickly. And the shadow self brings out our light self that then says, no, when you do things well focused and you love it, you are of course going to be rewarded for it. So always do things well. Like I don't care if I have, you know, somebody offers me a lot of money to do something and it's not really in my wheelhouse and it's not how I'm prepared to go about it. That's something I decline, because it's not about making money in the end. It's about an integrity fueled decision of what's going to be best for everybody in the collective. And when you notice your shadow self and you come to terms with it, you're able to make really good choice decisions. But again, yeah, shielding your energy is also about, don't share a lot of your notions with people that aren't your best cheerleaders, that aren't going to support you in every way, shape, or form, because you want somebody who's going to really, really lift you and show you your light and your capabilities. Okay. Oftentimes when we reach that place of understanding first, and we're doing things that others wish they could do, and they have a little bit of envy, they're not going to be so helpful. So just recognize that, you know, it's people that aren't empowered yet, or people that aren't quite aware or awake to that yet. So really summon the energy to know who's in your corner and who's rowing that boat with you. Okay. Because I feel like you're going to do really well. And it's your own divine will that's just guiding you, going, I got this. Again, inner dialogue. I can do anything. I can acquire wealth. I can do whatever I want. I have a purpose-driven life. This is how I'm going to do it. And you start to put your focus in it. Yeah. And I feel like things moving for you. You acknowledging your innate worth. And again, don't undervalue yourself. You know, I'm just going to tell you this really quickly. I was listening to Tori the other day, and her friend does nails, and she was saying how this girl this woman was like, oh, well, your things are a little costly or whatever. I don't understand nail costs. I do my own. But whatever, she said, well, I'm sorry. I'm not going to lower my prices or raise them because someone thinks they're not enough. This is how I value my work. And oftentimes it's more important to stand ground and lose a few clients to keep the quality that you want, because when you have a high value product, people want it, therefore the demand goes up, so your time becomes less, so your prices often sometimes go up, and you have to decipher what's going on. I mean, I have to say that even for myself, even if I know I can make like a large amount of sum in a small amount of time, if I'm tired or I'm not going to be able to put my best foot forward in finding these answers because I'm fatigued, I don't do it. I decline it, or I put it on the back burner until I'm able to do my best, because it's all about performance and doing your absolute best and giving it your all. Otherwise, why even do it? If you don't know that it's going to be your best attempt, don't do it, because that's the important difference of putting out something that has value and just crap that everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? Would you rather have 10 Chinese little things that break, or would you like one beautiful Murano glass vase? That's the difference between quality and quantity. So know that about yourself and what you put out there, because that's what's going to garner you the wealth that you're deserving of. Oh, yeah.
Ezra sends lots of love from England.
Hey, Ezra, I'm glad you came on. Oh, it's so nice to hear from you, girl.
And Tuscany Lover 2 says, hi, Melanie, blessings to you, and you look amazing.
Oh, thank you. I'm a crystal. I just made this, and I was like, you know what? This is a rose quartz that is almost white. And I was like, oh, I love it. Right over my voice box, because sometimes when I've been doing readings all morning out in the yard, different temperatures and AC, so I was like, please voice hold out. But the reason I found it so important to come on is to express my love and gratitude for you guys so much, you viewers. You write the most amazing things that make me cry, and sometimes I can't do it right before bed, because then I can't sleep, because when you hear that you've added value to somebody's life in such a way that they left an abusive relationship, or they started their own business or something, that's so impactful to me. And I'm so sensitive, and I'm so ooey gooey like that I'll just be all crying. And I'm like, I don't want Ian to, you know, all of those things. And even my kids too, it's like they're always testing the temperature in the room before they come in, because it's so pervasive for all of us to connect in this way. And that's why I'm always trying to come on. But Ian, you know, I need Ian to do this, because I feel like connecting with you one-on-one and saying thank you to my patrons and the people that have been there from the beginning, and you new people and viewers, you people that take the time to comment, say hello, say nice things like that. That means the world to me. You know, and I'm never too busy. And I tell everybody, all of you guys, go over to Instagram right now, Sparkrist11. I do daily posts and memes. I message with everybody over there. I love to interact. If you guys have a question about a crystal, whatever, I get right on that. I love that. That's why I do this, to connect to you. You know, it's like it's my fuel, knowing that you guys are doing well and you're living optimistically and up to your potential. And I always want to come on and thank everybody all the time, and I'll do it as often as I can, because I love and adore you guys, and you make this a possibility for me. If I had no audience, I'd just be talking to my cats. They appreciate it, but it doesn't pay bills. My cats, oh my God. And thank you for your funny comments on the insane cats. They get in the middle of the videos and like squirrel around on the cards, and they act crazy. But you guys, I love and adore you. And you know, you're so beautiful, and you guys you're making these changes. And most importantly, you're speaking to yourselves like you should. You love yourselves. You're understanding your capabilities, that you're connected to spirit, that we are all a collective. We're all here to help and heal one another, especially. For sure. So I adore you guys, and thank you.
Did you want to answer another one, or are you?
I'll do. So as Ian said before, I'm going to answer every single thing on, you know, reiterate that, because I do feel like my throat is starting to hurt. He'll reiterate that for you real quick. Ian, do you want to? I'm done with the live stuff right now, because my throat is starting to like burn.
Anyone who asked a question on Super Chat, when the video is over, in the regular comment section underneath the video, rewrite your question, and Mel will answer it in text in the next day or two, and then check back in a day or two, and you'll have your answer.
Love and light to you guys. I love you, but I tried to cram in my privates, as well as I have another public coming up for you that came out really good, a love read that's coming up. And again, patrons, thank you. And please, my higher tiers, let me know if you have any specifics that you want. And Thank you guys. And I will, yeah, just go right under there and I will have those taken care of within under 48 hours. And I give you good, long, hearty answers, like the reads that you deserve for the information that you need. Whatever has to come through. Time is not important. It's the message that's important. So love and light to you guys. Ezra, thanks for coming on. Hello, Lisa. Thank you, everybody. I can't, you guys, you're just amazing. And Cherry, you guys go over to Cherry Enchantress right now and go see the review of her latest deck. I can't believe it. I'm so stoked. So she's getting reserves for those too. So Cherry, mwah, congratulations and love and light to everybody out there. And Jesse, you're doing amazing. I'm so excited when I see you. He used to be Hops Terry's, now Jesse. You should go see him. Beautiful, remarkable soul. And yeah, he's spreading the light. We're all getting connected in this world in all kinds of ways, and we're going to help each other, and we're going to become actualized and realized our hopes and dreams, and it's all going to meld together. Everything is always going to be all right. It's all as well. You know, we need to come from a calm place, and everything, we'll figure stuff out. We never given too much, ever, ever, ever. You know, I've lost I've lost my mother, father, brother, so many people. And I just realized that things come to pass for reasons. And we're always reconnected with these people as well. So namaste. And you guys, again, mwah, thank you for coming to spend time with me.